Hi, America. Listen, I cannot fix crazy, and I'm not about to play like I'm stupid. But boy, oh boy, talk about misusing the First Amendment. Let's mute somebody after you ask them if they have any questions. And then because you don't like the question or the fact that it's debatable, you mute them. Well, that's exactly what happened to me over Nesara. How many people out there in America have heard of Nesara? Please do comment, please. Because it's like, honestly, it's the National Economic Stabilization and Reconciliation Act, I think it is, something like that. So the deal is they believe that this is all a big old movie going on here. And that President Trump isn't really, well, he's just like an emoji, I guess. Some dude wearing sunglasses, I guess, golfing. But then the military itself is going to take over everything and delegate money to 334 million people through this Reconciliation Act, because we've all been cheated out of umpteen hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. And it doesn't matter that we're in absolute debt, and the fact that, we've allowed umpteen hundred millions of people to die. Now all of a sudden, without an act of Congress, because this is what my question was, has it been ratified through Congress? Has the bill been introduced to the floor? The law, whatever, anything? She couldn't answer that. In fact, she got very upset with me. And I got upset with her because there's nothing worse than disinformation. Misinformation and disinformation is what keeps us divided. Why wouldn't you want to know the truth? And so since when we're not dealing, who do you think's going to direct the military? And she says, Patton. General Patton? What century are you in? Yeah, I guess that he's dressed up. All these people that are dead are really living. There's some kind of magic going on, Oh my goodness. Y'all, listen. This is really, really getting scary out here. And she thinks we're going to learn it all through Telegram or an EBS. So we're going to get an emergency broadcast. Okay, all you 62 plus that are getting like 62 million to the right here, the 45 to 62 who are getting 34 million to the left here. She had this whole thing, computed out. It's the same 4 people. And what is the investment? Where is this? Why is this? And they keep passing the football down the line. I can't tell you, I have watched people go into foreclosure, become homeless, thinking that it was okay for them just to go and rack and stack their credit cards, not pay their mortgage, because they were going to get Nesara and Gesira, because it's global too. And all you other countries, don't worry, it's coming to your town too. Honest to goodness. This is something that the FBI needs to investigate. Because this has got to be the second biggest scam. I don't know how we got to this place where we just completely say that we the people no longer are the government. If the Constitution, which is the other argument that they have, is that, it's been altered and everything else, well, that's, In truth, we don't know how long they've stolen the vote, so how long these people have been sitting themselves to make decisions for us. That entirely is of concern to all of us. But it doesn't mean that we scrap the Constitution or what this country was built upon. And certainly, we learn what debate is about. If you can't at least stand to argue what you're putting out there when you've got 146 people listening to you, and you can't take a question from me, Mama B, I think you got an issue there. And you can't listen and do your little typing or whatever you're doing there. This is crazy. So anyways, my reason for this video is look up in usgovernment.org, write your president, tell him what's going on. I mean, seriously, so now what? You're not going to trust anybody? No police officer, no justice. How are we going to get justice in this? This is exactly what they want. Boy, oh boy. Pain has no memory. That's how they win the war from within. That's the art of the war. Don't fall for it, because I guarantee you, Telegram is not that big. God bless your cotton socks. Look up the laws.